All right, assisted living fans, we're talking season 2, episode 13, Christmas Staycation. 9 out of 10. It was going to be maybe a 7 or 8, but you got Tamala Mann singing at the end of the episode. Of course, I had to bump it up a couple of points, but this was a feel-good holiday episode. Imagine a Hallmark or Lifetime Christmas movie all rolled up into like 21 minutes. That's really all I got to say about it. Now, we know Mr. Brown is dressed like Santa Claus for most of the episode, if not the entire episode, which is funny because I feel like this is the first time he's worn an outfit that I did not need to cover my eyes for due to it being bright colors. And it actually matched from top to bottom. Huh. Christmas is full of miracles, right? But more to the point, I do believe that the Tamala and David Mann Christmas film on BET Plus, Soul Santa, debuted yesterday, November 11th. I do plan on watching the movie this weekend because I need a break. Yesterday, Oval, House of Pain, Assisted Living, Our Kind of People, both episodes of The Game. Sisters, I watched it again because I had to write down all the Karen dialogue about Zach. So basically, I've watched almost 10 episodes of TV, pausing, writing notes. I'm going to watch Soul Santa for fun. It's going to be, I might jot down a note here or there, but I'm just going to just turn it on and watch, and then I'll do a review. So that will be coming probably early next week. And if you watch the movie, let me know what happened. Well, don't let me know what happened, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But yeah, I feel like maybe this episode aired a bit earlier than it originally was due to the fact that maybe BET wanted to line up Brown dressed like Santa the same week he's going to be playing Santa in this film. So that's my thought process there. But yeah, first of all, I don't think we've had a holiday, or more specifically, a Christmas episode of Tyler Perry Entertainment in quite a while. The last Christmas anything I can remember Tyler Perry doing was the Madea Christmas movie or play. I think it was the movie or play. And, you know, from the original House of Pain, Meet the Browns series on TBS. But Have and Have Nots, If Loving You Was Wrong, Too Close to Home, Oval, Sisters, none of those shows have had Christmas. So this was a pretty big deal. But yeah, like I said, 9 out of 10. Christmas Staycation. That's the gist of it. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up to show you like it. Hit the subscribe button as we get closer to 190,000 subscribers. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. So the beginning of the episode has Jeremy doing roll call on the family, trying to get everybody together so they can leave for their vacation. You know, first it's him and Philip. Apparently, he has like this trick in order to tell whether or not a bag is 50 pounds or lighter because of the fact that if it's over 50, they got to charge extra when they get to the airport. Leah comes in, and Sandra does too. They both have heavy bags, and it turns out they're going back to Chicago for the holidays, and I knew it. I called it. And, you know, they reminisce on, you know, seeing family, friends, and, you know, the kids are like, well, we see our friends all the time, but yeah, but that's through your phone. We mean face-to-face interaction. And they talk about all the different delectable foods that they don't have here in Atlanta. So Brown actually shows up as Santa Claus, and Cora has a dish of food, and you know whatever Cora makes, it's probably going to smell and taste good. Now, it turns out they were under the impression that Jeremy was planning Christmas for the residents, but I think Cora overheard the conversation wrong. Jeremy was actually talking about his family. Look, it's been a tough year. We had a lot of ups and downs. I was just trying to do something nice for my family. And Vinny comes in saying, man, they ain't doing nothing around here. Nothing Christmas like at the facility. I'm actually a bit surprised that this conversation didn't take place earlier. I mean, with Brown being a co-owner and, you know, Jeremy and everybody else being involved, you think this reminds me of the Shrek the Hall special. Remember, it's like a 20-30 minute special that aired on ABC back in the day where Shrek never celebrated Christmas, yet Fiona is excited about her and the kids and Shrek celebrating together. And, you know, Donkey tells Shrek at the beginning about, you know what, they're only 8 months, there's only 6 months, there's only 4 months till Christmas, and Shrek's like, we don't celebrate Christmas. But then on Christmas Eve, Fiona burst out the door. Oh, I can't believe it. Our first Christmas as a family. It's like, you're telling me the conversation of Christmas never came up. And you would think with this being the first holiday season in the facility for the residents, there wouldn't have been some meeting. So what's the plan for Christmas? Okay, I'll just roll with it. It's an episode, whatever. But since Jeremy and the family are heading out, Vinny's like, you know what? Ever since my wife died, I haven't really thought about the holidays. At best, I'll make my eggnog. And then Cora's telling Brown, you know what, man? I mean, I was going to spice up the food, you know, make it more holiday-like. I did cook a lot, but if nobody's really planning anything, what's the use? And this is an interesting thing to think about, because as you get older, not just when you're no longer a child, when you get older, the holidays really don't hold that kind of spot in your heart that it did as a child. Because, look, I'm 30 years old, and I know I'm considered young by not only a majority of my listeners, but a lot of family as well. And it's interesting how I look at people I grew up with, elementary school, or I went to college with, that have kids. You know that really when you aren't a child anymore, the magic and imagination of the holidays really don't seem to come about again until you're recreating it for your family. So if I were to ever have kids, I'd imagine Christmas would mean more to me then than it does now. Because when you get older, especially when you're talking about senior home age, the holidays could really be depressing because of the fact that you maybe lost someone close to you who loved the holidays, or even worse, you lost someone on a particular holiday. And, you know, we'll get into that later in the episode. So, yeah, you know, you don't feel that magic. But Brown, in his bag of tricks, he's like, no, we're going to keep the holiday spirit alive. Give me a sign. And then Jeremy comes back in because it's snowing. And they tell him, it's like, I don't know if you're actually going to make it anywhere, Jeremy, because this is, you know, Georgia, that weather is unpredictable. It'll change at the snap of a finger. But he comes back in because the flight was canceled. And, yeah, they get to work. So snow, ice, and wind just came out of nowhere. He tells Leah the bad news, and they just decide, you know what? We'll make the best of Christmas here at the facility. So, Christmas Day, and I'm guessing this is the next day / Christmas Day, since Anastasia and everybody else says Merry Christmas. They try to spruce up the spirit around the house because F.A. and Reggie were both feeling a bit depressed, but they're going to help get things together. Brown's out back trying to, you know, get a tree, and F.A. warns them there are the squirrels in the tree. And Reginald is beginning to help with the decorations, but he notices a certain wreath, and he just, you know, snaps at the sight of it. And Cora apologizes because, you know, I didn't mean to just take your things like that, but we were just going around the house getting all the decorations we could. And it turns out this was something that he bought for his wife, and she loved the holidays. But after she left him, he would just stare at that wreath, hoping, you know, one day she would come back. So pretty much, you know, it like was a triggering item for him. So in the midst of this emotional moment, Brown rushes in because he got assaulted by squirrels. And when I tell you everybody's laughing, Reginald, I thought he was going to pass out because I'm not going to lie, I would have laughed as hard as he did. So it lifted his spirits, and F.A. and Reggie decide to team up to handle the tree. So Vinny's playing spades with Sandra and Philip. And look, I vouch for the kids. I never learned how to play spades. I have watched people play spades a few times, and the curse... Look, I'm a fiend at Uno. I've seen friendships and family broken over a game of Uno. Spades is another level. I never learned how to play, and I never will. So Leah, Jeremy, and Cora come in, and they're just, you know, saying, oh, the decorations around the facility look great. And the kids actually beat their parents at spades because apparently Jeremy, myself included, suck at the game. Then we kind of have a back and forth between Cora and Vinny about playing each other, but I don't believe we actually saw them do it, and it would have been really cool to see it. So the end of the episode, we have everybody in the living room, and Cora sings "Oh Holy Night," and then at the end of the episode, Vinny's like, "Oh man, this pumpkin pie, not sweet potato pie." This is a great episode. This is just a fun holiday episode. Like I said, I think the only reason it aired this week was because the Soul Santa movie came out the same week, but it was a great trip down memory lane. And when I say memory lane, this was definitely up there in terms of Tyler Perry classic Christmas episodes. And I'd highly recommend it. Even if you don't watch Assisted Living, at least go find this episode to watch during the month of December. And yeah, just because you can't go everywhere you want it to go due to, you know, especially, well, I feel like more people will probably travel this year, given that last year was pretty hectic compared to this year. Not to say this year hasn't been, you know, err on the side of caution, but yeah, make the best of where you're at. And sometimes your family that you have right around you is just as important as the family that are in like another state. But this is great. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think of Christmas Staycation? And with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe as I mentioned earlier in the video. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next one.